Hey everybody, it's Dr. Thornell with New England Family Chiropractic, and I wanted to share with you today the story of Hunter. This is a testimonial that hangs on the wall in one of our adjusting rooms, and the story goes like this. Hunter was born, and her head, they noticed after a day or two, was sort of pinned to her shoulder like this, and she couldn't really move it. Well, what that led to was her not nursing properly. She was colicky, she cried a lot. Mom took her back to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician said, well, you know, the birth process can be traumatic, it's difficult, and little injuries like that can happen, but it'll go away. A couple weeks later, the problem had not gone away. Hunter's not eating properly. She's crying constantly. Mom's about to lose her mind. And she goes back to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician says, well, I thought it would go away, but it hasn't. I want you to go see a specialist in Boston. So off to Boston they go, and specialist in Boston says, what we need to do for this 2-week-old baby is do spinal surgery. We need to cut the muscles in the side of her neck, straighten her head out, and then allow that to heal with her head straight. The mom thankfully said, you know what? That just doesn't really sound like something I want to do with my 2-week-old. And she mentioned it to her sister, and her sister happened to work in the office across from ours at that time. And her sister said, you know what? My family goes in there, we see lots of families go in there and they have little kids. Why don't you at least take her in and see what he has to say? So they brought Hunter into the office. We checked her and found out that the very top bone in her neck had been misaligned, causing pressure on the nerves, muscle tightness, and what she was doing was protecting herself by not moving her head. It's an innate ability of the body to protect itself. So we started to work with her, and within days, 2 days, she was able to keep her head straight. She wasn't crying all the time. She was eating better. And that little girl today, that little 2-week-old infant today, is a freshman in college, was a superb athlete through high school, and is just the picture of health. Now, the things I want you to think about as you think about that, number one, what would have happened if her aunt had not said, you know, go check out the chiropractor? She's going to have spinal surgery at 2 weeks old, and who knows what the result of that would have been. Secondly, for those of you that are chiropractic patients and you understand chiropractic, don't ever be shy with what you know about chiropractic, because the world does not understand how and why chiropractic works. Even most medical doctors don't understand how and why chiropractic works. If you ask your medical doctor, what's a chiropractor do? They're going to tell you something about lower back pain most of the time, and that's it. They don't ever get any training in what chiropractic is, and unless they're friendly with a chiropractor and have spent some time learning about it, they really don't know what goes on in a chiropractic office. You, as chiropractic patients, are the mouthpiece of chiropractic. You're the ones that can get out there and tell people how and why chiropractic works, and let them know about the miracles that happen in chiropractic offices. That little girl's case is a miracle, and I you know, every day I'm thankful that her aunt had the guts to say something. So don't ever be shy, because you never know where that advice is going to lead. And you know, the worst thing is somebody can ignore you, and then it's on them. But don't be shy with what you know about chiropractic, because chiropractic changes lives.